Hey, basketball coaches and basketball players. Today we're going to be talking about the Floppy Basketball Playbook that the Golden State Warriors use with their basketball team. Let's get down to the clipboard. Let's check these out. Before each one of these plays, you're going to see the actual play in real time. Okay, so in this first basketball play, we're going to have player 5 set that screen for player 2 who's going to be cutting towards the rim. Of course, that player 2 is Steph Curry. Now, after Steph Curry cuts towards the rim, we're going to be having player 3 and 4 cut down towards the low block and set up that floppy screen. Player 5 is going to turn around and set a pin down on player 2, and player 2 is going to be popping back up, who should be open for that 3-point shot. Of course, with a floppy screen, this is what a floppy screen is. If you didn't check out the tutorial on what screens are, basically a floppy is a double screen on this side and a single screen on this side, and the player in the middle gets to decide which way he wants to go. Now this time we're actually going to start with both of these players going down into the low post and player 2 starting in that low post. However, instead of player 2 using a double screen, he's actually going to set a screen for player 4. Player 4 is then going to use that screen and also use player 5 as a screen as well and get himself open for a 3-point shot on that right side of the basketball court. Now, I just want to let you know, if you've got a couple of really great 3-point shooters on your team, these are the types of plays that you're probably going to want to try and use with your team because they are pretty simple. And not to mention, these plays are fantastic against man-to-man defenses and not so great against zones. However, they have been used against zones in the past and they have worked sporadically. However, to continue this play through, if player 4 is not open, we're going to have player 3 also set a screen down for player 2, and that's when player 2 is going to be popping up for that 3-point shot, basically giving you two different options off the same play to hit a 3-point shot. Remembering that Golden State is a 3-point heavy team, and many more teams will be like that in the future. Now this time we're going to be starting in a 3-out. We're going to have player 4 join player 3 in that low post. Player 2 is going to use player 5, 3, and 4 as a screen, and player 2 is going to be popping out for that 3-point shot along that left side. However, let's keep in mind some of the alternatives that we may have, and that is if player 2 is not open, or if you're trying to still get a 3-point shot on that side and player 2 wasn't open, he can go and set a screen for player 1. This is something that I've added on myself with teams that I've coached in the past. And we can have player 5 cut through that double screen and have that pass and mid-range or 3-point shot for himself as well. So if we still had time left on the shot clock and we never had a 3, we can have some alternatives like this. Now, remembering that, of course, the Golden State is a very heavy 3-point heavy team, and there's going to be more and more players who are going to be really great shooters because of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and many others. But if you're a team who has a couple of 3-point shooters, or you're trying to teach your players to shoot the 3-point shot, let's remember that being a 3-point shooting team, you're going to need some rebounders for one, but also being a 3-point team, you have to remember that you want to try and get your players as wide open as possible. Even though these are single set plays, always have alternatives, always try to think of backup plans for each one of those plays. These are very advanced plays because they're at the NBA level, but you can use these as well. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in our next video.